I never really went to any parties. And I feel like Marley was a little bit more like extroverted.
And the Meg.
Yes. The it girl. Marley was like the it girl.
No, I was not.
Pull up a chair. You're sitting at the table with Powerhouse Women, the podcast where bold women in business come to connect, collaborate, and build something bigger than themselves.
We always say, if you're fortunate to have a seat at the table, pull up 3 more. That's exactly what we're doing here.
This isn't just a conversation, it's a movement. We're creating space at the table for conversations that matter. The ones that challenge you, push you, and remind you that you do not have to do this alone.
Every episode, we're talking growth, success, and the real, unfiltered truths of entrepreneurship. No gatekeeping.
No fluff, just the perspective and community that you need to thrive. So if you're ready to surround yourself with women who get it, you're in the right place, and there is already a seat with your name on it.
What's up, Powerhouses? Welcome back to another episode of At the Table with Powerhouse Women. Today, we are sitting down with a fellow G Queen, Miss Marley Silver's best friend, entrepreneur extraordinaire, clothing designer, resident energy radiator.
I love it.
Gianna, how are you, my girl?
Hi, you guys. This is my very first podcast ever.
And it's, of course, mine, because this is my best friend.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. No, like we have to credit Marley for bringing so many wonderful people into all of our lives. But like truly every single person that I've met through Powerhouse Women is such a testament of like good people know good people. It's so true.
That is true. It's a testament to who Marley is too.
Totally.
Stop it.
We love our girl.
Little tidbit about Gianna. Gianna is a professional dancer turned business owner, entrepreneur. I'd love Gianna to kind of tell everybody a little bit about herself and her journey to entrepreneurship. But her story is very cool because it kind of just fell into her lap.
It did. It was my side hustle and then turned full-time business. I grew up dancing. I started dancing since I was 3. My mom owns a dance studio in the county from New Jersey. Marley's hometown too. Yeah, so I grew up in the dance competition world. I danced until I was 18. I graduated high school. I then went to a community college for 2 years. It was like fashion was like my backup plan. So I wanted to be a professional dancer. I wanted to work on camera. I wanted to be a backup dancer. I wanted to go on tour, but there was nothing like that when I graduated high school. There was no like university for that. And I wasn't ready to just jump into the industry in LA. So I was like, let's just do 2 years at the community college, make some money, work. And I studied fashion merchandising there. And then I got presented the opportunity to go to a college in LA. I was the very first to graduate there in the class of 2018. And there I studied how to do everything basically that I wanted to do. Dance with artists, on camera, music videos, all of the above. And I had a really great education. I was there for 4 years and I was in the heart of LA. So I was working, I was auditioning and all that. After a year being thrust into the industry, I decided to move back to Jersey. And I was presented the opportunity to work for a dance competition company called Dancers Inc. And they asked me to basically be their merchandise designer, which was interesting because I feel like my 2 years at the community college and my 4 years at dance just merged together. And I was like, this is really awesome. And kind of something I never thought about. I never thought I would go back into fashion and design, but it just kind of fell into my lap and I took the job and I started working with this dance competition and I was designing their merch and I was on tour with them. So every weekend I was selling their merch. I was meeting a lot of dance studios there and they were complimenting my merch and they were asking me if I do merch for dance studios. So I would give them my contact. And that's kind of how I like built up my clientele. And so I decided why not do this for dance studios as well. So I started Design by G and now I am a full-time merchandise designer and wholesaler. And I specialize in dance studios because that is like my niche market. And I think it's important to have a niche market, which we could talk about later. But I also build and create studio stores for them. So everything is done online. It's a done for you model. It's something that the industry was missing because everything was the old school way of ordering merch and they had to handle inventory and all of that nonsense that they don't need to be handling right now because they have a dance studio to manage and direct. So I've been doing this for, I think I'm going on my 3rd or 4th year, and it's been really great.
Yeah, she's crushing it now.
Killing it. I actually don't think I've ever heard that whole like backstory. Like I knew that you were a dancer, but like that's so cool that you were an inaugural student of that course out there, and like that brought you out that way. Like that's just so cool. Like your story is so invisible string coded. Like
it is
one step to and another, and like it just
led me. Yeah, it all led me here, and it is full circle. And I think it all was meant to be, especially like my being out in LA kind of gave me more of like an eye to the style out there and like the street style. So I like kind of have an eye of like the trends there, and I was able to like bring that back, and just like seeing constantly what all of these dance studios are wearing at these competitions too. When I worked for the dance competition company, that was also helpful because I got to see what they liked and what they didn't like. Yeah, I was like on the field doing research.
field research. I love
everything needed to basically come to where I am today.
Now you're designing for all different types of companies, like
yes,
ours. Gianna designs and wholesales merch for any type of company, doesn't matter what it is, but she does our merch for our retreats. And I'm not gonna toot my own horn here, but our merch is fucking sick.
Literally, I was just gonna say, I don't know if any of you have seen the hoodies that we had that some of our market partners will wear and they'll post, but it says women who empower each other build empires together on the back in this like sick font. And I swear, like, I cannot go anywhere with that hoodie on without getting stopped by someone saying something. Where did you get that? Or like, I have a list of people that are like, you need to let me know when they're going to be available because they're just the sickest thing.
Yeah, I've actually had some clients reach out for hats similar to what you guys have because they've seen your hats, and also the cups, the tumblers.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had Powerhouse girls reach out to you, and they've designed and made their own merch with you through that. So it's really cool.
I love
that. And that's why I love Powerhouse Women, always fueling each other. So
definitely.
It's like the coolest thing ever. I was talking about it this morning, how just like, it's really cool to see like from a higher level, how one person impacts the next, and then they impact someone else, and they help somebody else. Or like, I was using the example of like a template for something. Like someone will like, I need a template for X. And then 5 girls will send theirs. And then that person will make like a new one based on all those 6 templates. And then they send it. And then everybody else updates theirs. And it's just like, we just continue to better each other and grow our businesses. And it's just like, I'll never.
All keeps rolling.
Exactly.
It's really so important to be around people that get it in like the entrepreneurial state. Like I don't really have that many friends or entrepreneurs. Gianna is probably one of very few that are. So
yes.
She gets it. We get each other in our businesses. I like will like shoot the shit with G and ask her like her advice on certain things. She does the same with me. Like, how would you handle this situation? How would you?
Yeah.
It's so different with friends in the corporate world. It's just night and day. And obviously I have all of like my founders and whatnot, but it's different when it's like your best friend that can kind of give you advice and understand what you're up to on a day to day.
Yeah. That entrepreneurial lens is huge. So were you guys, when you met, were both of you in business? Like, would you have called yourself entrepreneurs like at that point in time? And like, how did you guys meet? What, give us the origin story.
We grew up together.
We became late friends, which is kind of like we became friends when we were supposed to become friends.
Yeah. So G and I are from the same town. She's lived here her whole life. I moved to this town when I was like 7, I think, but I went to private school up until I was in 7th grade. So when I eventually went to public school, I was the grade under Gianna, and I became really good with her now fiance. And my whole friend group, like I've stayed friends with them all, like they're still my best friends. And Richie, her fiance, great friend of mine, they ended up, dating, not dating, getting back together. And when they got back together, this was like post-college for both of us. When Gianna moved back to Jersey from LA, that's when we clicked. That was when like the timing was right for us to be best friends. And
I just know you guys were like immediate friends.
We were also very different people in high school.
Yeah.
We how do I say this? Like we wouldn't have been friends in high school.
You could say
I was like very focused like on dance, and I only had my dance friends who also went to my high school. So I didn't really do much in high school. Like I was on the sidelines, if you will. I never really went to any parties. And I feel like Marley was a little bit more like extroverted.
In the mix.
Yes. The it girl. Marley was like the it girl.
No, I was not. Not that.
No, I can totally see that.
But we became friends in our Clothing 101 class.
We did. How ironic is that?
Yeah.
I never even thought about that.
Wow,
that's clothing. All 4 years. Well, I'm a grade older, but we took clothing.
I did it all 4 years of college.
Yes.
Of high school. Sorry, of high school. Yeah. So I was like in that class with Gianna. That was like our elective. And like we were friendly from that class. But we didn't like hang out at school. But G also didn't hang out with anyone outside of school besides her dad. So that was like who she was and like what she did. But we were always friendly. And then I think like it just took a little bit of time for when you and Richie were like solid. And then we were like, oh, okay. Like this girl, we have so much in common now. I don't think we had anything in common.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Which happens, I feel like a lot, but it's rare.
Yeah, I know. Well, I feel like that's why like it works because you guys are both, obviously now you're both entrepreneurs and you're both very like business minded. And I feel like as an entrepreneur, you have to be naturally, I think, leaning a little bit more big picture minded. Mm-hmm. And I feel like as entrepreneurs, sometimes like I'm sure you guys have experienced or are experiencing outgrowing friendships or outgrowing relationships.
Yeah. Talk about that all the time.
Maybe
talk about it on Saturday, literally.
Did you? Wait, that's so funny. What prompted that conversation? Like, what did you guys talk about? Because it's a very real thing.
Yeah, we just are at a point where we're just simply outgrowing certain friendships in our life. And it's very similar. Like we feel the same way. So we can talk about it, no problem. But it's a tough situation to be in because there's not like a reason for outgrowing anything. Like there's not like an event that occurred or anything like that. We're just on different paths. And I think G and I are more so like on the same trajectory. And then there's other people that we're friends with that just like to do different things. And that's fine. Not saying we're not going to be friends with them anymore. It's more just like maybe they're just not our friends in this moment in time.
Yeah. I feel like when you're in business and you're like trying to like build something, you're always thinking about the future. You're always thinking about growth. You're always like challenging yourself in ways that like you wouldn't be if you weren't trying to grow a business. So I feel like it gets to a point where, and this isn't like a bad thing because everyone is entitled to a life that makes them happy and brings them joy. But a lot of the times you see people, especially around this age, like our, 25 to 35, people kind of start to maybe get settled in a lifestyle or like in routines, and they're maybe not challenging themselves to like grow because they've hit a point of like, I'm good here. I'm good. I'm happy.
People.
Yeah. And it's like I was saying, complacency kills. Like to each their own, but complacency kills. And I feel like it definitely is. It's a contributing factor to like eroding relationships sometimes. And it's tough.
Yeah. I will give a little, not to call you out, G, but I'll give a little secret about Gianna is does not think about the future. And it's like insane to me because she is an entrepreneur. She's killing it right now. And she's actually like kind of shifted my mindset a bit on certain things. And I feel like I've changed a little bit over time. I still do think about the future and I still do stress about things and whatnot. But G is rarely stressed. She never thinks about the future. And I don't understand how. Like, I have no idea how, as a business owner, like you're not thinking about the future. She doesn't think, like she just does.
Well, I could touch on that because it came from a place of being in a bad place. Okay, so when I was in Jersey City, so when I moved home in 2019 is when I moved home. So COVID happened. We could just forget about that part of life. But after COVID, my fiance Richie and I decided to move to Jersey City just to get out of the county, explore somewhere new. He had a job that he was doing in the city. So we were there. And I, at the time, was working on this big project with my best friend from college and called Platform, which I'm still manifesting to this day. But I was so fixated on what that was going to be. And I was really thinking about it being like my end game and like fueling my income. So I every day was like so focused on that. And I think being so focused on it was putting me in a bad place because I was fixated on it and I was like desperate for it in a way. And while I was doing that, I was just teaching dance on the side. And teaching dance at that time, like, wasn't something I really wanted to do for a while. Like, I didn't want to be doing that my whole life. So I was so reliant on platform, like, turning out to be this big thing where I didn't have to ever teach dance again. So that took probably about, I think it was like 3 years that I was like going through building that. And we've gotten to like stages where we were talking with like CEOs from like private equity funds and all that to get it up and running, but it never came to fruition. It was so frustrating. And that in that moment is when I shifted my mind and I started Design by G. And I was like, let me just start this. And because it fell into my lap in a way, it just like came out of nowhere. And then I started working on it. And that's kind of my mindset. It's if I'm just generally enjoying something that I'm doing because I really loved it and there was no like desperation there, it kind of just kept fueling and fueling. And yeah, I don't think too much. Of course, I think about like where I want this business to go, but I just feel like you will always get in your own way if you think too much about it.
You're so right.
Yeah.
I'm getting in my own way. And I know that's the reason.
You create your own narrative in your head. So if you're constantly thinking like, oh, I didn't get any new clients this week, or you're like just going to keep like putting doubt in your head. And I just feel like once like one thing happens for you and you just go with it, more things start to fall into place.
Yes.
So
Marley, did you pay her to say this? Not for real.
Back with this G, like she's shifted my mindset because I'm always been a future thinker. I've been like that in all facets of my life. Like probably the worst one is probably actually like when I'm dating, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not even like present in the moment. I'm just constantly thinking about the future. I'm different now. I not the future anymore when I'm dating. I think about certain things future wise for like work, but I don't bet my life on things anymore. Like I don't throw all my eggs in one basket anymore. I'm up to a million different things so that like if one thing falls through now, I have all these other things on the table as well. Oh my God, the way I used to stress about money, like I do not even, it's fake to me now. It's fake.
Yes. Money is fake.
And you taught me that. Me and Gianna.
What is it?
This is where Gianna kind of taught me this, you guys. So at the beginning of our like new friendship, because obviously we haven't known each other since we were kids, but our like new friendship, this was in 2021. So I don't know. I was at like a turning point. I think I talked about this before on the pod and I really wanted to move to San Diego. And G obviously lived in California for a while. She's like, I'll go with you. And I was like, really? Like, you'll go with me? And I was like, okay. Like, she was like, yeah, like we could stay at my friend's place and then we could go to LA for a couple days and stay with our other friend, like blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, yeah. I had like job interviews lined up and she came with me and we were on the train going from San Diego to LA. And I'll just never forget when you were pretty much telling me, like teaching me about how money is fake and that like stressing about it is just like blocking the energy of it flowing to you and like all this stuff. And I started to like really like understand that like deeper in depth. There's like a science behind this. Like it's true. It's a real thing. What's quantum physics or something?
Well, I was reading a book on the train. It's called Happy Pocket Full of Money. So everybody take notes. Happy Pocket Full of Money. It's a book. Yeah. It's basically about the science of energy and how things that you put out. It's also, there's another book about that. What's it?
This is about like manifestation and stuff.
Kind of. Yeah. But it's also about like, I always tip wherever I go because I'm a firm believer in like what I'm putting out there, I'm going to receive. But yeah. And it's also about like what you see with your eyes and what you perceive with your eyes. Remember that? So there was one part I remember bringing up to you. I'm like, Marley, think about your like couch at home. I'm like, when you're home and you see it with your eyes, it's there. But once you leave your house, is your couch there? It's like Schrodinger's cat theory or in the box. Like, is it there? All we see is what we physically see with our own eyes. Like, how do you know it's there? And it kind of goes into like the future and the past. Like, you don't know that it's there because all you could see right now is the present moment. And that's all we have. So why are we worrying about something that doesn't even exist?
It's crazy.
Amen.
And I
that mindset.
Yeah, we got spiritual. That's another reason why we bonded a lot. We're big spiritual girlies.
We're on the same, like we have the same faith, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like energetically.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so true. We became best friends at the right time in our lives because we were just so different earlier on. And like as adults, we're very similar in certain ways. A lot of differences as well. But Gianna actually told me the other day, she's like, we would have never been friends when we were kids because we were both so bossy.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. No,
like,
Marley.
So bossy.
You were so bossy. I was dying at the cliffs.
So is G.
I was very bossy. I would like put on performances like with my friends, but I was the director. I was like bossing everybody around.
Bossy girls become business owners. So
Exactly.
They totally do. I actually I feel like that there could be studies done on that. I was a terror. I was mean as a child. I was so bossy. Actually, Marley, you've never heard this story. I feel like you'll find this entertaining. This is gonna I don't know. This is
It makes so much sense.
Side of me. But I was in probably second grade and we had a new neighbor move in next door and she was the same grade, same age as me. And my mom was like, you should be like a good neighbor and invite her to like sit with you on the bus and like, it's her first day of school. And I was like, okay. So I sit with her on the bus. She gets on the bus. She has this pink sparkly notebook with a matching pink sparkly pen that had this like big plume on the top. And it was like, I literally looked at it and I was like, I want that. No, this is so bad. I swear to God. I literally said to her, I was like, ooh, you're not going to be allowed to bring that to school. Like they only let you have regular notebooks. And she was like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, I'll just put it in my backpack. And I was like, yeah, but you're new.
Oh,
it might search your backpack. So she's like, what do I do? I'm like, leave it on the bus and it'll be here.
Oh God, you're plotting.
When you get back,
you little.
Stop it.
I totally took her notebook. I totally took.
You little devil.
I know. I literally, this is like second grade. Like, why was I even like thinking like that's diabolical? That is diabolical.
Yeah, it is. You stole from her.
But very
I'm so sorry to my poor old neighbor. Cause I would never do something like that today, but very calculated.
Yeah, you were scheming, plotting, all the things.
Such a schemer.
Like, about you though, I think that's funny as fuck.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love
so
it.
We're all bossy.
We're all bossy.
We're all directors.
This brings me to want to really talk about me and G's Ibiza trip because we met with this, what would you call her? A witch?
Oh my gosh. She's a fortune teller.
Big boss woman. Big boss woman.
She did call me. That was like the baseline of my entire reading.
Yeah.
That's what she called you?
Said it like 6 times. She goes, you're a big boss woman.
I pulled the high priest card a couple times. And I guess that means like leader of you. So that was interesting. And she said that Marley was from the 6th dimension.
Yeah, no, she told me that. And that is, I literally just got chills.
I don't
That's
come from
crazy.
here.
Literally.
I
don't even go here. Joke's on you.
Right after the reading, we go up to like all of our other friends and they're like, so what'd she say? And I was like, she said, I'm from like the 5th or 6th dimension. And then one of our friends was like, so are you an alien? I was like, you never know.
As a matter of fact.
Only that I'm like an advanced soul or something. And that I like travel here in many lifetimes. I'm not from here. And I like just come here to like be a human, whatever. It was very hard to understand her. I mean, this woman.
Oh, broken English.
Can we insert like a picture of her? Like, I need to show you guys what this woman looked like. Like, if there's anywhere or anyone you're going to get your fortune read from, it's going to be this little Spanish witch who's literally not from this dimension either. Like, she's from the 10th dimension, this woman.
She probably wasn't even real.
She probably wasn't even.
Imagine if she wasn't. No, but she was because you guys photographed her. I feel like if she wasn't shown up.
It was like the most insane thing ever, what she told us, though. Like, I was shaking when I walked away.
You were.
Okay, we need to backtrack. So Marley was just in Ibiza with G and a bunch of her friends. My invite got lost in the mail. It's fine. I'm just kidding. But they were there to celebrate Marley and another one of their friends' 30th birthdays. I had so much FOMO. It looked like the best trip ever. Literally exactly what you wanted, which is what you deserve. And I love that for you. But tell us like more about the whole trip, and then I need to hear. I heard a little bit of Marley's fortune. I want to hear. I want to hear yours, G, because like I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
So Gianna actually like planned the whole thing. Like
Love.
best friend points times 100, she wins the award. Because I'm like telling everyone like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Ibiza for my 30th birthday, and I wasn't like expecting anyone to want to come because obviously it's gonna be like ridiculously expensive and it's a lot traveling, taking off work. I was gonna go with just my friend Taylor, and Gianna was like, I'm coming. I can't miss that. She was like freaking out. Like I'll have the first moment of my life. Like I have to go. And then my friend Zach, who's also turning 30, he's turning 30 next week. He wanted to go for his birthday too. So we were like, let's just combine it, make it a big trip. Our whole friend group will come and it'll be a trip of a lifetime. Like truly, we'll never be able to do this again. We know no one else would be like down for this for any other thing. So like, let's just do it. And everyone was down. And
when else do you get 10 people to agree to go to Europe? And it was like the 4th of July weekend. So it was like a holiday weekend here in America. But we got 10 people to agree to go, which I felt like was like a sign that like it all fell into place. Like this was like a trip that we had to go on. And my fiance at first was like reluctant. He didn't really want to go. And I was like, we have to say yes to this because we're going to miss out on this opportunity. What, they're all going to go. And then when we're ready to go, no one else is going to want to go. So we had to jump on it. And I'm also a
friend that's like, it's like, is it like, oh, I said like we should go to Ibiza. He said, we'll see. I don't know why he'll see, but I'm going to be like, I'm here. I'm going.
I dragged his ass.
But like, I mean, Richie came back and was like, thank fucking God I went. Are you kidding?
I can imagine.
All of our friends that didn't come were like freaking out that they weren't there. They were like, shit, like I should have went. I was like, I told you, like you were invited. Like we told you to come, but it was truly, we didn't cut a single corner, no expense spared, but like everything was so worth it. I literally turned 30 around like my best friends in a place I've been dying to go to for so long. And Ibiza is like, if you could think of a place that would fit me perfectly.
Yeah, me too.
Everything I like is there. The best music, the best clubs, the best beaches, the best food, the cool, like it was stunning. There was literally not a cloud in the sky. So
the men were beautiful.
The men were.
That was actually one of the things that shocked me the most about Spain. Because I have been to Italy. That was the one other place that I've been to in Europe. But the men specifically in Spain, I was like, why do they all look tall, dark, and handsome with tattoos?
Take notes. Everyone's always like, where do you go to find man?
No, I was done. Every server at every restaurant we went to, beach club, they were all just beautiful men. I've never seen so many in one place.
Our friend actually had a little Lizzie McGuire moment, rendezvous with a man.
Way to put it.
From Italy. Like literally she was living all of our dreams.
Simone.
Yeah, on like the tail end of our trip, we were at a beach club. One of the waiter guys was like adorable, and she ended up getting his number, whatever. And then on the last night we were there, he picked her up in a Vespa at our villa and took her into town. She has the freaking helmet on. She's wearing a outfit, and they're like in the town. He like takes her to like a rooftop place. They had a whole rendezvous. And I'm coming to visit her in freaking September. And I know, yeah, Paola.
She had a vacation romance for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like that's such a rare like thing. Like truly though, like that's great. You have to like, I need the follow-up notes. I need to.
We're like, hello, like let us know. Like we're
my
on the back of the Vespa. I was like,
no, the Vespa, that is hilarious.
I know, it was so cute.
Hilarious.
All right, let's run through the trip. What did we do?
So I took the reins and planned the whole thing. I was like, everyone can thank me for this trip because we're 10 people going to Ibiza, which is also a place that you have to have reservations for. This is a place that everybody goes to around this time of year. We have 10 people. To reiterate, we need to book things. We need to book tables. We need to book dinners. Everything was selling out pretty quick. So I got on it. And
it's basically like you planned a retreat.
I pretty much did.
By yourself. Like we do it and it's 5 of us and you did it by yourself. That's
Marley was like, I'm realizing in this process how not type A I am, right?
Type B.
You're type B, C, and I'm like, I've always known I'm type A. someone's got to plan it. And I also I like to know what's going on when I go to a trip. I like to have everything planned, especially going to Europe. Like, unless you can aimlessly walk around and do whatever, but you can't do that with 10 people, which kind of got in our way mid-trip. The plans that we've had were mostly in the beginning of the week of the trip. And towards the end was when we were kind of all like figuring out like what we wanted to do. And that was a little challenging because we had like 10 different.
Me and Gianna got in an argument.
We did, because we were all trying to figure out what we wanted to do because we didn't have a set plan. And then that's what like started, like tensions got a little high, and we're obviously like
at the beach club.
Cranky.
Cranky.
So crazy.
It's hard when you're with 10 people to all be on the same page.
Gianna,
So,
I borrow your boots. I go, oh, now you want to borrow my clothes?
okay, imagine if we didn't have plans the entire week and we were all trying to figure out what to do that entire week.
It would have
So,
been
yes,
time bickering, probably.
That was the only
time I've ever bickered with Gianna, but it was like the guys, Richie, her fiance, and my friend Zach. I bicker with them every day.
Yeah. There was a lot of like brother-sister moments between like you and the boys.
You gotta
talk
about the fight with Zach, because that was probably the funniest thing that happened on the entire trip.
Yeah. There's two like core memories I have, and they both
Yeah. I got in like a full-fledged fight with my best friend, he's like my brother. It's also his 30th this month. So like this trip was for us. And it was on my birthday, and went to like the club that's like, it's 9 p.m. on Friday. Yeah, so we went there. Dom Doll is playing, like one of my favorite DJs of all time. And before we went to the club, Gianna planned this like incredible dinner.
Bambuda.
Yeah, it's called Bambuda. Great for big groups, truly. And we had so much extra food. I was like, we cannot send this back. Like, we need
to pause. While we're at dinner, the boys were like not really like having it. Like they're not like dinner people.
I hate dinner. They just want to go to the club.
So we're like all enjoying the meal, and the boys are like really hot and they're like uncomfortable. They're not really eating, and they're kind of being cranky the whole dinner. Yeah. And we did order a lot of food, but we did like a prefix menu per person. So we got this food no matter what. Okay. And as it's coming out, the boys are just like, this is just so much food. You guys are going to waste it. And I'm like, no, we are taking this home.
Yeah. So
we have a
prize. I feel like boys, like, you should be eating the leftovers. You should be scarfing up the
But no, this was like 5-star restaurant. Like, we're taking this food home.
Yeah.
The food was like an Asian style meal. So it was like the food that we took home was curry and rice and Korean barbecue ribs.
Yeah.
And we had a driver the entire week. We had this like really awesome like Mercedes van. It's like pimped out. It was great. And I asked them to wrap it up. I texted the driver. I said, do you have a fridge in the van? And he said, yes. I was like, great. We're going to put it in the fridge and we're going to go to high.
And Zach was like, I don't want to get on the bus at 6 a.m. and have it smell like curry. And we're like, shut the fuck up. Like,
it's gonna be cold in the fridge.
Shut up.
There will be no smell.
Yeah.
But the boys were very against us bringing it back.
Specifically Zach. Like, just out of all the people, like, they all weren't down, but like Zach was adamant about getting on the bus and it not smelling like curry at 6 a.m. So we went to the club. Great fucking night. Like, there's a DJ in the bathroom. So amazing night, whatever. We do get back on the Sprinter van at 6 a.m. and it's like a different Sprinter van. Like, it's our driver, but like they switched vans. Like, oh no, like, where's the food? It was there, but they took all of the food that we had, which was like multiple bags, and they put it all in one. And I'm all the way in the back, and like, I'm fucked up. Like, this was my 30th birthday. I wasn't seeing straight. I was cross-eyed. And I am being obnoxious, as I am from time to time. And I just see our friend Mike, like, actually, I didn't even see him do it. But what happened was our friend Mike took the bag and passed it behind to Zach. I didn't see Mike do that. All I saw was Zach holding the bag, and it fell straight on his lap through. And there's curry all over his lap.
And wings all over the aisle.
And there was like ribs all over the floor. There's curry on the floor. And like, it was not his fault, but I didn't see that, right?
Yeah.
All I saw was that in my head, I thought that he dropped it. And he's like, I'm not fucking picking that up. Like, he was so mad. Like, the one guy that didn't want the shit, it spilled all over him and it's all over the floor. So all I see is that the food's all over the floor, and like the sweetest drivers ever. Like, I felt bad. Like, I want to clean this up. Well, I didn't want to clean it up, but I was like, why the fuck are you just leaving that on the floor? Like, clean it up. And he was like, Marley, I swear to God, shut the fuck up. Like, freaking out on me. And
I wish we had B-roll. Like, it was like giving like Jersey Shore family like fight, like the Jersey Shore show.
Oh my God, yes.
It was the two of them just like going at it. Yeah, you both were running your mouth.
We were both running our mouth, like literally being insane, like brother, sister, like psychopaths. And our one friend, like the sweetest girl ever, is like, guys, like, let's just not forget about how amazing Dom Dalla was tonight.
Perspective.
Yeah.
And
Richie ended up picking up the wings. Like, him and I were like mom and dad of the trip. But
yeah,
and then our kids, Marley and Zach.
They're cleaning it up, right? And I walk back in the villa, and this is where I'm like evil. Walk back in the villa, and I walk up to Mike and Zach, and I go, you two should be the one cleaning the van, not Gianna and Richie. And Zach freaked out on me. He's like cursing me out, telling me
I'm too.
It's inevitable.
And
it's inevitable when you're with
like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are. We were just like going at it. Like, it was so funny. And then the next day I texted him. I was like, are you still mad at me? And he goes, huh?
He didn't even remember it. I'm dead.
No, he did remember. He just didn't want to bring it back up.
But I was in the wrong fully. Like, I was the asshole. I was being crazy. So I apologized. I was like, yeah, that was me, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But the night before that was incredible. And it was comedic because it started at dinner and it ended at the end of the night. It was like literally like a sitcom show. That episode of a sitcom.
Oh my God.
So it makes for a good story. But
next time you plan a trip, that should be the one thing that you add is like a videographer, like an intern or someone to like.
Someone needs to strap a GoPro to their head. It was so fun.
Or that. Imagine. Oh my gosh. Imagine.
What was the other funny thing you were thinking of?
Yeah, there was another.
It was our Airbnb host of voice recording. I was in contact with the Airbnb host, and he was just a little put off by us. I don't know why. From the beginning.
We're stupid Americans.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, he's probably like these American.
Yeah, stupid Americans.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how to work the stove, Zach and I. It was our first day there. We wanted to make eggs and bacon, and we didn't know how to work the stove. So I asked Daniel, our host, to send us a voice memo on how to do it. Actually, I didn't ask him to send me a voice memo. He sent that unsolicited. And he gave us the most broad directions. Like, you push, you turn, you light. Like, it was like the most broad. I'm like, okay, thanks. But anyway, it sounded like a soundbite. Like, it sounded like a TikTok sound. The way this audio sounded was like, it clicked.
Wait, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
You can't story first.
Yeah, so one of our friends that was there is a resident DJ in New York. And he makes his own music. He's amazing. Furbo, shout out. We went up and we said we have this audio that we think would make a really good mix. Like, you have to mix it. And he did. Literally, like, it took him like 30 minutes. We were all chilling at the pool that day. And that night on our way out, we played it in the van, and it was incredible.
Okay.
So we it's called Stupid Americans. Let's play it.
You push this button and turn it. And then with a lighter, you go where the gas or the stove. Push, 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 push the button, push, turn, push it, push while push it, pushing, push the button, turn it while you keep pushing it. Push, 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 and light. Push, 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 and light.
So this was like probably like this was the highlight of my trip. I don't know about you, G, but we went to this place called Covata. So this is probably the coolest place I've ever been to in my life. I don't even know if I'll ever be at anything cooler. That's like a party type place, you know? It's in the mountains, and it's also like in a cave. So like the outside part is like all on the mountain, and then the inside part is inside of a cave.
Okay.
And you get there like when the sun's not completely set yet. And there was like this woo moon party that they were having. And there was like so much to do there. So you walk in up this mountain hill, and there's like a restaurant. There's like an area where people are sitting on couches and bean bags and like vibing. And then there's like an area where there's like the stage, the main stage, and there's like all these dancers and cool outfits, and the vibes were immaculate.
The fortune teller.
There's a fortune teller, an astro reading card guy. I don't know.
Face paint. It was kind of like a mini festival.
Face paint. Yeah. But it was
Cool.
so, yeah. I mean, there was just so much to do there. And it was so cool. I've never seen anything like it. And like we were there for a little bit. We were drinking, having a good time. And then
11 o'clock.
Yeah, at 11 o'clock, everyone has to go inside. But before we went inside, we wanted to do the fortune teller. It was like, I'm getting this free for your birthday. Like, this is for both of us. Like, you'll get the reading, I'll get the reading, we'll do it together. It was my birthday present. So we sit, and this like little lady is a witch. Like, she is not from here, okay? Like, she barely spoke English. She speaks Spanish, but like, she's not from this dimension. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's anyone that's going to tell me that any type of crazy thing, like any type of fortune, I trust this lady, you know? So
higher being.
Yeah. So you have to like, you understood her a little bit better than me, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, I feel like our readings were very different.
We were.
Mine was just had like a through line. I feel like she told you a bunch of different things about what's going on with you. But for me, the through line was pretty much like being a boss woman, being like the driver of my life, but also like standing up like for myself and speaking up. And like, yes, I am like a big boss woman, but I need to like maybe use my voice more.
Yes. And that was like
that was huge for me. And just like, I guess like realizing like my potential in that way, and like that I can be like a strong leader. But yeah, that was pretty much
on the whole trip. Gianna was literally like the leader of the trip. And
planned the whole thing. Of course she was.
Yeah. And I feel like you like stepped into that because you're not usually like that, really.
No, I usually like, I was always that way, even like with dance. Like I never was like up in front and center. I always like stuck to the back. Like I didn't really like want to like shine. I was kind of always just like chill, you know, except when I was a kid, I was more confident, I guess. But
she told Gianna that she's going to be so successful. Like,
I have no doubts.
Big boss woman.
Boss
I should
woman.
get that tatted on me.
And she was like kind of yelling at you too, like big boss woman. Like she was getting like angry about it.
She wanted you to get it. She was like, got her on her second.
She was really like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I get it. I will embrace that role more. Heard, woman.
Love that. No, I literally love that for you.
Yeah, it was great. It was very reassuring. And like, I really did like being back here. I was always present and like not worrying about the future, but I definitely am more like aware of embracing that role more. So
as you should.
Yeah.
I've always said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was so cool. And I mean, we kind of already said what she said to me, that I'm from the 5th or 6th dimension. And I like didn't understand what she was saying, but then she was like essentially saying I'm a traveler.
Well, you're very experienced. You are experienced in the way of your emotions and like your intuition, and you're very emotionally aware. Like, you know what I mean? Like
experienced emotion.
Yeah. You know how to talk about your feelings, and not a lot of people are there yet. Like people still are figuring that out, and you are an experienced soul.
Yeah. And I've always like known deep down I'm like an old soul, you know what they say, people are old souls. But like this was different, like hearing it come from this little witchy lady in a different country telling me where you come from. Like I still have to do like a deep dive research on all the dimensions. I haven't done it yet.
I don't know what that is.
But
our sweet friend that went on the romantic date.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, if you're the 6th dimension, she goes, I'm from the 1st. And then our friend was like, you're a stick figure.
Yeah, we kept calling her Doodle Bob.
Doodle Bob.
She was so cute. She's like, I must be from the 1st dimension then. And he was like a stick figure on a piece of paper.
Like a brand new soul, like that's never experienced anything. So
life of the time taking off on the Vespa, literally.
Yeah, maybe she's progressed to the second dimension by this point after the Vespa trip.
She graduated. She was indoctrinated into the next dimension.
Exactly.
He also told me that I pulled like the luckiest card in the deck, she said, and that I'm going to get everything I've ever wanted in life. And then she kept telling me how did she say right off the bat that I'm going to be really rich, or did she say something different first and then it like led to that?
I think she said off, like right off the bat that you were, but she said it would be growing like a flower.
Yeah.
Like you're going to get to this point, but it's going to be watered.
Yeah. And that like, I like all the hard work that I've been like putting into my like
now
will flourish and I will be very rich, she said. And amazing. I go, when?
Who doesn't want to hear that?
He said December 2025, 6 months. And I'm like, oh. So I'm like, well, what's it going to be? And she's just like, all my hard work is just going to like blossom essentially. So
she said it immediately too. You were like, when? And she was like, December 2026.
She didn't even think about it.
2025. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. She didn't have to.
Wild.
The woman didn't flinch. She just knew. I was like, okay.
That is wild.
Wild. I don't know.
You guys are going to have to also
have to let us know. Yeah.
Like December. I mean, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, 6 months. Actually, it's like less than 6 months.
Yeah.
That's 5. It is. No, that's crazy. I know we're past the halfway point of the year.
Yeah. So that was insane. And then we went into the cave. And that was when things got a little hazy. We had VIP, like wristbands, and I did not want to be in the VIP. I wanted to be in the heart of the cave with all of the Europeans. And
everyone was dancing. And
I had a different agenda than my friends. All 9 of them versus me. And they're all in the VIP section, just standing around talking. And I'm like, nope, I'm in the coolest place in the world. I want to dance. So I was dancing by myself for like 2+ hours. And like literally I walked over like 18,000 steps just from like, it was like
I think we left Ibiza skinnier and like, well, our pockets weren't skinny, but but we were skinny.
Yeah, we were skinny. Everyone lost.
We were just dancing.
But I was dancing all night.
It was so hot there too.
And it was so funny though. Like there's just videos of me dancing by myself. And I had this fan and I was just like fanning myself all night by myself.
Like an electric fan or like
it was like Gianna bought all of us these like really cute fans. Look. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
We want to take this back to America. Everyone in Europe is just fanning themselves.
Yeah.
What I love. Actually, I have a wedding I went to like a couple weeks ago. She gave everyone.
There we go.
Yeah.
But this is like fun. I don't know how long it would last. Like it's not. It's like that one looks like legit. But it is nice. Like
yeah, everyone's just fanning themselves. It's so nice. Even the guys.
Yeah, I do like that.
It was so.
But apparently Marley didn't have like a good fan technique. Didn't you get like criticized?
I'm like going like this, and
she was like going too fast.
This European guy, he's like from Amsterdam. He was like, "Your hand," like he was like, "It's so interesting to watch you. Your hand, it's gonna get tired." I go, "No, I'm not tired," and I kept going. And
they're like, "Oh, probably like
yourself hotter by fanning yourself so hard," and I was like, "No, I'm good."
You're supposed to leisurely fan. Leisurely fan.
You got clocked.
Yeah, I got clocked by my friend.
That's hilarious. He was like, you don't go here.
No.
So great.
He asked me if I was Dutch though, so slay.
And now we're back to reality.
Really depressing.
You definitely have to make that an annual thing.
Well, next summer I'm definitely going back to Europe. Like I'd like to go to a few other countries as well. And like now since we did Ibiza fully, like we did everything we pretty much wanted to do. Next time we could just go for like 3 days. And then Mallorca, Italy, maybe summer.
We forgot to mention that we did have some like casualties. Marley fell down the stairs.
Oh yeah.
You didn't tell me you fell down the stairs
of our Airbnb.
In our villa.
Yeah.
Yeah, in our villa. I fell down the stairs like the first day or the second day. Like literally just ate shit. And I was
like a whole like 13 steps.
No, it wasn't that many steps, but they were hard.
Also, like our villa, like everything was like miniature. Like, I mean, I feel like that's a common thing in Europe. Like everything's just a little like the architecture is like smaller. Like Richie kept hitting, like the door frames were like small. Like Richie had to like duck. So he hit his head like multiple times. And you too, to your doorway, Marley. You like going up to your room where the steps were. That was like short.
Our friends Zach and Furbo both chipped their teeth.
I got a cigarette.
Her had bruises all over her whole body.
I walked into a cigarette at the club, and
Oh my God.
burnt someone's cigarette out with my skin.
You got beat up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we came back with some. Yeah, we came back.
Miracle, you guys all came back in one piece, so I'm not gonna lie.
And when you're in Europe, like, you just have to smoke the skinny cigs. Like, you just do. They're so good.
It's like, I feel like it's a rite of passage.
It's so fucking
I would.
and fun. And you just gotta. And like, we were just ripping cigarettes, like being psychos. And me and Richie came home, and my friend Alexa, we all had sore throats. Like, we were all not okay.
When in Europe, you know? You gotta go full throttle, or else you didn't do it right, you know?
Facts. No, it seems like you guys had the best trip ever. And like, again, Marley, you deserve that birthday trip. You talked about it for so long. You knew exactly what you wanted. And what an amazing friend that G literally brought your dreams to life for you, basically.
You really did. Like,
if your friends aren't doing that for you, they're not really your friends. Just say.
Like, a friend that literally cares so much about you having the best birthday.
Exactly.
Like, a lot of people aren't like that.
Yeah, for real.
You know?
Well, I'm also attending the trip, so
I know.
But
I know, but still, that's like
wait, you made sure I had that on my
did.
actual birthday. Gianna, like, for my dinner, Gianna reached out to some of our other friends that weren't on the trip that to make something special for my birthday. We got there, we had like champagne waiting for us, and like that was her reaching out to my other friends, which my other friends obviously were like 100%. They wanted to be a part of it, like somehow, like just so cute, you know?
That is so sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
It was the cutest duo.
Trip of a lifetime. Are you on this side of the screen? Oh, no.
I don't know what side.
I was trying to go.
Yeah, highly recommend you do. Everyone does like a Euro trip with their best friends, because lifetime, like trip of an absolute lifetime. I am actually depressed. Me and Gianna this whole weekend, we were like, just talking about Ibiza. Everyone's like, all right, shut the fuck up. Like, we're so over you guys.
I'm sure it will fade soon.
That happens to everyone when they go to Europe, and it's like all of a sudden they're like a narc about how you pronounce croissant or something. Like, you know, like everyone, you're entitled to that for a little bit, and then it's like,
for a little.
Reminding
you're back in America, okay?
And then you get
there's like a club in Ibiza. It's called Pacha, and their like logo is a
actually wearing.
Yeah, and we saw multiple cherry things, and I just would be like, everything reminds me of her.
Oh my God.
We're so annoying.
So I'm sad though. But now it's back to business. And literally as soon as we got home, we were both like, holy shit. Like the amount of stuff that we have to do, it's overwhelming. But we're back in it. Like we haven't even hung out during the week, which we do from time to time.
Yeah. A lot to catch up on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've never set like an out of office email response before. And this trip was the first time I ever did that. I have a hard time setting boundaries with work. Like I'll answer an email at like 10 o'clock at night, and Richie will be like, what are you doing? And like, he's like, you don't have to answer that. I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I can.
Yeah. It's hard to set boundaries sometimes, especially when like you're like absolutely able to do it.
Yeah. So I did. I allowed myself to take a step away from my baby for a week.
Everybody deserves that.
It did work out that this isn't my busy time, so it was a holiday weekend, which also helped with business, with all of our businesses. I feel like, right? Like with my fiance also owns his own business, so. But ironically, he was working like the whole first half of the trip.
He was on Zooms like at our Airbnb.
Yeah.
So listen, it's the life of a business owner.
The life of a business.
Like you work all the time, but you also signed on for like the flexibility of being able to work from Ibiza. Like who can say that?
Seriously. But it all worked out, and we can plan trips whenever we want. It's just a matter of like setting up your systems and everything so that you're like solid while you're away. If like someone can cover you while you're gone, if you need help with something, like in the real estate world, obviously. And Gianna's a one-woman show, so
I am a one-woman show.
How do you manage it?
I was actually going to ask you guys, like, have you been hiring people for like your individual business, like Marley with real estate? I know we talked about like hiring people and how it's hard for us to do that because we are in control of our own ways of doing things. And I definitely could use some help, but I just feel like I can do it on my own. But I know that I will probably grow quicker and faster if I did alleviate some of the workload to an admin or something at least.
Gia has a team.
I need a team, but I don't know how to like just
it's about real estate because like my agents they're independent contractors, so it's like they're their own business owners. And I very much so make sure that they like look at their business like that. Like I tell them, don't even call me your team lead. Like I'm on your team, just like you're on my team. And like, I want you to be like front and center. So it's a lot more like they're there to help. Like if I need like a showing covered or something, but I am very much so like you. I'm like, I can do it all. I can do everything.
I'm at a point where I need an assistant. So if you're out there listening,
I think that's a good place to start.
A young, like 22-year-old, right out of college, ready to learn, ready to have fun, can handle me in my unorganized ways.
Or I could also use an assistant.
But yeah, no, I'm like actually at a point now where I think it's time to maybe start delegating. Even a virtual assistant could be good for me, but it's very hard to get to that point because I don't even know where to begin. I mean, Gianna create my business out of my Apple Notes app. So
I know. I was literally just thinking, like, you got to start with them systems, girl. You got to overhaul those.
I know. Like, I use Excel
to like then onboard someone because you have something to actually like, you know, because when you bring anyone on, it obviously makes more work in the beginning because you have to like train them and make sure that they're onboarded and like be available for them to ask questions and like stuff like that. So it's almost like more work before it can be less work for you.
I know. And I cannot take that on right now. It's like way too much.
Yeah.
Like the holidays, it'll be a good time because things slow down usually around them.
But I also always say to people that like reach out about like Monday.com, like custom like integrations and like builds for their business. It's like once you actually have a system in place, you might realize that you don't really need to hire yet. Like you might actually be in a good spot. You're just not organized and like things fall through cracks. And if you actually organized and automated stuff, like you might be good for another year or two, which could
Mine's becoming more like I have so many clients right now that like I can't be in two places at once. I'm needing to have other people show houses for me. That's when, you know, I think
girl, you should build a team.
Ooh, I don't know. Like, yeah, I've had to ask like a few people. My mom's a realtor, so she helps me out like easy peasy. Like I owe that bitch nothing, but like having other people help me, I always feel like I owe them. Like I'll either help them out over time or I'll pay them. So I guess when you get to that point, then you should probably start thinking about,
Yeah, I have to remember that
a licensed team member that could also help you with like some content and or like marketing stuff or something.
Yeah. I would desperately need that. We'll see.
Big things for all of us.
Yeah, good things. Round the up, ladies.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, this was a lovely call. Gee,
I know. I'm so glad I got a debrief on the whole trip.
Before we close out, we always do this little thing. We do a hot take. Everyone runs through a hot take. It could be about anything that you have a hot take on. I feel like you definitely have quite a few hot takes.
Me?
Yeah.
It could be on anything?
Anything.
If you need a second to think, maybe Gia can go first.
I was going to say, I actually am prepared with one today.
Okay.
I don't know why I have hot takes all the time. And sometimes when we get to this point, I'm like, I don't know what to say, but I have one. All right. I'm going to rock the boat with this one. Matcha is gross. You cannot. Otherwise,
wait.
Y'all are literally drinking grass.
So how do you, it's not.
I have tried a few different ways enough to know that I don't like it.
Like it's not sweet when you have it. It's never sweet.
I've tried a sweet. I've tried like a vanilla matcha. I've tried like a strawberry matcha. I've tried like a regular matcha. I've tried matcha tea. Like, no, it's just not, it's not good. It's not good.
I mean, I can understand that. I don't think that it's
like. I think some people really love it and hate it.
Yeah.
I make it the way I like it. Like I put honey or agave in it and it tastes good, but I think coffee tastes better. Like coffee tastes better. Okay.
Anything that tastes green. I'm not doing it.
Like, you don't like green vegetables?
No, I love vegetables. Like actually eating whole vegetables, but like even I just got like a supplement. It's like a greens and superfoods like supplement, and it's like blueberry lemonade flavored, and like the blueberry lemonade flavor is really good, but you just can't help the green aftertaste. Like it just tastes like a green. Like I can't do it. I tried to do a juice cleanse one time with my sister-in-law a few years back, and it was like a 3-day or 4-day, and we had like 5 different juices to drink all day, and like you had to like drink one of each like all day, and like 2 of them, like one of them was like a kale one and one of them was like spinach. I could not get that shit down. Not even to save my life, I couldn't get that shit
So
down.
we'll stick to coffee for you.
Yeah, we'll stick to coffee. But yeah, that's my hot take because I know
Great. I respect that one.
some of you are ride or die matcha lovers, but we say in Portuguese, we say mais fica, and that means more for me. So y'all can say that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay, my hot take could also be a little controversial.
We love it.
I think that hot Pilates is not, I don't think you're getting a really good workout with a hot Pilates. I think it's an illusion. And I wonder, well, I guess it depends on the instructor and the class you're taking, but I wonder if you're going to get the same workout in a regular temperature room.
No, I don't think you do. I think it's literally, you feel it most because it's hot. Like, I think that's fact.
I think that you're just sweating because it's so hot and you're not sweating because of the workout.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
Or like hot yoga that like it's obviously more challenging.
Not yoga. I do believe in like hot yoga because you're stretching. And so you're like lengthening you're trying to get really like lean and like lengthening. But with Pilates, and if it's like a weighted mat class, doing like sit-ups and biceps and just all of the things.
Yeah.
I generally want to take some of the classes that I've taken in a regular temperature room to see if I actually feel like the workout is the same.
But you lose weight. Like you told me you were losing so much.
You do, but I personally think it's just water weight, and I like to build more muscle, I think. But everyone loves a Pilates body. Everyone loves the way they want to look. Yeah. But my hot take is on heated specifically.
I think you're not wrong though, because I definitely think that like I've done those same moves. Like I go to Lifetime and there's like an area in Lifetime that you could just like do that stuff, not in a heated room or anything. And I look at some of those moves and it's fine. Like I barely even sweat, but it depends on the instructor because I've taken 2 different types of classes and like, I don't feel anything from the other instructor. And then one of them, I'm like, it's like I go every Thursday because she's that good. Like you actually, like I'm sore the next day. My muscles are sore.
That's what I want.
Yeah, my muscles actually get sore from her class. The other one, I think it's instructor specific. And I personally like to lose water weight because I carry a little bit more water weight sometimes. So for me, I like kind of doing a mixture of that and lifting. So I'm doing it all. But remember when I was just lifting and I was like, I feel like I'm getting thicker. And
because you're building muscle.
Yeah. So like
you have to have balance.
I need to do it all. I really
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you go, Mar.
Oh shit. Hot.
She didn't have one prepared.
Think about this weekend. I feel like you had a lot of hot takes.
This kind of goes to what we were talking about earlier. My hot take at the moment is that like I think everyone needs to just not be like so butthurt about not being necessarily on the same page anymore. Like friendship wise. Sorry, I'm like explaining this really badly. But if we don't have similarities right now in our lives, that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Hang out. We don't even need to catch up. But maybe there will be a point in time in our lives where things will connect a little bit better and we'll have more in common. Like maybe when we have kids or like when we're married, whatever. But like if we're seriously have nothing in common at this moment, like I just don't really want to try that hard.
Yeah.
To be friends with anyone. I think it's like I don't want to try that hard with any relationship. I think all of them should just really come supernaturally. And if it's like a struggle with a friendship, I think just like nothing needs to happen. Just like leave it for
what it be.
Let it
exactly. Leave it for what it is. That's a good idea.
It's very hard, I think, to get to that place because someone always thinks like something happened. Like nothing has to happen to not really like be close to someone anymore. It doesn't even mean you don't have to be friends. Like that person can always be my friend, but it doesn't mean we need to be like best friends right now. We have nothing in common. And I know that like I like to do a lot of things that not all my friends like to do, and I'm still going to do them and live my life the way I want to live them, and they can live their life the way they want to live theirs. And we don't always need to talk and hang out. It's just too much.
I agree. If you're trying, like if you feel like you actually have to like try, then that's not
exhausting.
No, like I don't think about trying with my friends. I just do.
Right?
I just like do, like
you genuinely want to. Like
you just want to.
Yeah. I think if you get to a point where you like have no desire, nothing needs to happen. It's just like, you don't hear from me. It's not personal. I'm just busy and like living my life where I want to live it. But I definitely feel like people take that as like, oh, like she doesn't want to be friends with me anymore. Or, oh, she doesn't ask about me. And it's just like, how exhausting is it to have to like constantly keep up with someone that you aren't vibing with it at that time?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really like hard to talk about, I think.
It is. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that.
Well, the best friendships, like you can go so long, you can go any amount of time and then just pick right back up. But I don't think that is like a given.
No, it doesn't apply to everybody either.
No, it doesn't.
Just like a natural thing that like you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We're like at the age, like I just turned 30, like life is looking different for everybody now. Like I have friends with babies. I have friends that are engaged. I have friends that are just married. I have very single friends. And like, you know, we're all kind of in different facets and that's okay. And some people make sense for one part of your life versus another. And I'll just leave it at that. It doesn't like, it doesn't need to be anything like that crazy. It's just like, do you, do me. Let's be free.
I love that. Look at you, little rhymer. Do you, do me. Let's all be free. Very creative.
Where can everybody find you?
It's Designed by G is my Instagram handle. My website is currently still being worked on. So we'll just go with my Instagram handle for now. It's Designed by G.
That's your girl.
Yeah, anything. I do bachelorette shirts a lot. If you're just a non-retail business and you're looking for merch, I got you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Talking with us today, G.
My first podcast.
G.
That was so fun.
Well,
great day, powerhouses.
Yeah, have a great week.
That's a wrap on this episode of At the Table with Powerhouse Women. Thanks for tuning in. If you love today's conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
Your support helps us keep pulling up more seats at the table.
Want to keep the conversation going? Join the movement at powerhousewomen.com/society.
And connect with us on Instagram at Powerhouse Women.
Until next time, keep showing up, keep building, and remember, there's always room at the table for you.